Okay, are you still practicing? Is that completed? Participants? Hello. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Any other thumbs up, please? Is that completed? Okay. Vedant, thank you. Thank you very much. Still, I want two more thumbs up. Only two members. Come on, guys. Yeah, one more. I got one more thumbs up. Thank you, Vaishnavi. Yes, Lakshminath, thank you very much. Okay, yes, let's continue because already you know this one how to configure cookie cutter template and make sure that you configure the template like this. See, deep learning. This is my main folder. Inside this one, what I did, I had a subfolder called AISSM. Whatever the files and folders I had, I brought it to. Okay, so the main folder that is a deep learning. Understood? And your complete template, data science template will look like this. We have data. We are spending more time on data. Okay, so we have four parts here: external, interim, process, and raw data. And apart from this document, you can maintain complete all the documents you can maintain here. Models we are going to store here. There is no notebook here. We are not going to use notebook, but keep that one as an optional. Reference links, you can keep all those reference links here. We have reports. Okay, all the test reports, you can keep all those test reports and images here. Main part, you know this one, SRC. We are going to code using the SRC here. Okay, inside all the code will remain inside the SRC folder. Understood. Next we have env.env for secret data. So right now I'll keep as it is. I don't want to do any changes here. Keep as it is. Everything is the command. Git ignore. This is very, very important. So I'm going to push this one to my GitHub Actions. Okay, so that I can cover two stages, development stage as well as CI/CD framework. And I don't want to push this .venv to my GitHub action or let's say GitHub repository. So what I will do, I'll try to block, let it be in the development environment, this file. So what I will do, I'll try to call this one here. Okay, call this one. The moment when you push this, it is not going to push to your repository environment for you. You are the developer. You need an environment to develop the application. We don't want environment in the CI/CD framework as well as in the production environment. We need only the microservice based application, nothing but the image there. So I don't want to push .env. Do we require data? Should I push data to our repository, participants? Hello.
No, sir.
No. So that means what I should do? Let's try to block even data also, data folder. I don't want to push this data folder even in my GitHub repository. So data folder also I'm blocking. Data we require to develop the machine learning models in the development environment, not in the production we required. And apart from this, do we require anything that you don't want to push to GitHub repository? No, right now we will keep this much only. Okay, SRC. Okay, I'm going to give this access to repo so that you can copy and paste from your end. ठीक है. Now it's time to create a repository. Let's try to create the repository. Let's try to finish that work first. So what I will do, let me go to my repository. Where is my repository? Come on, come on. Where is the repository? I One second, participants. I'm just trying to find. Okay, GitHub. Go to GitHub. Okay, go to GitHub and activate. So already I have logged in my GitHub repository. You can see the complete GitHub repository. You can fetch the files from here. Okay, so here what I will do, I'll create one organization. Okay, your organization, and I'll create one organization. Whether I'm able to create, yeah, go to your personal profile. Here, I think I should be able to create an organization. Organization we had, no, last time we created, right? Now this is an official, I think. You can create an organization here, or else I'll go to, okay, so let me sign out. I'll take the another repository. I'll go to my personal repository, date tanzim. Understood. Hold on. See, it's two-way authentication. Okay. So 957.114. Perfect. So right now I'm in other repository. So here what you can do, you can create an organization. Let's try to create an organization. Go to your organization and you can create a new organization. See, in official email addresses, you will get only one organization to create it. You have experienced this one. Okay, so if you are using Gmail, or let's say in that case, you can create a new organization. Let's try to create organization. Okay, I'll use create free organization. Let's try to give a name for this one. AI system I'll give. Okay, AI system is already there. Fine. AI system deep learning. Deep learning. Okay, deep learning. And you can give your contact email info, let's say info xer.xez.in. ठीक है? Next, this is for my personal account. Verify it. Okay, so this is the hardest part. Come on. Submit. Fine. Perfect. Next, okay. I accept the terms and condition, and now you are good to go. Skip the steps. Now organization is created. Now go to GitHub repository. Create one new repository. ठीक है? Let's say deep learning. Deep learning. ठीक है? Deep learning. Now give the description. This is for same description we had given in cookie cutter template as well. Remember, this is for deep learning and MLOps orchestration. Okay, orchestration. Done. I'll keep this one as a public so that you can access the code. Okay, read file, don't check this one, because if you check this one, this it will ask for authentication. Problem will come. Keep this one as it is. Readme file you can push later also. Okay, now create repository. Fine. The moment when you create a repository, you will get the commands. Follow this commands. Okay, so let me copy this. Git init. Okay, git init. Go to your console, paste it here. So that means initialization. Now you see. Now what happens if I minimize, and you can see here there is no the template is not initialized. First we need to initialize this one. Okay, so to the git, understood. So git is initializing and you can run this git init. Understood. Now it is initialized. Now you can see this all the files and the folders are initialized, and you can see data and .venv is not initialized. That means I'm not going to push that one to the GitHub repository. Now apart from this, you can see there is .git file here. Okay, so the moment when I click, so all the files and the folders which are required to perform in CI/CD pipeline, everything is available inside that .git. Okay, now my I have initialized the git. Now what is the next one? Next option. Now we need to add all the folders and the files. For that one, you can use git add. Okay, git add, copy and paste dot means everything. Now you might have observed here. Okay, so in command is there git add readme.md. So that means it will add only readme.md. If you want to add everything, so in that case you can go with the dot means everything, all the folders and the files which are in green. Now you can add this one in the repository. Perfect. Next, follow the same. Okay, commands. Now apart from this, next we need to commit this. Okay, so how to commit? Git commit -m. Git commit -m. Let's try to give first commit. Let's say I'll try to change this one to day 1 deep learning. Deep learning. Fine. Enter it. Now it is all the folders and the files are committed. That means it is in the it has debugged. Now it is in the staging area so that you can push all those folders and the files to your repository. Now apart from this, let's try to create the branch. Now by default, your branch will be master here. If you can see on the left corner, the branch is master. I want to change this one as a main. How to do this one? There is a command called git branch -m main. Done. Now you can see main got created and it got activated also. Now you can see on the left down corner, master got converted into main branch. Okay. Now apart from this, we need to link this one where you want to store this. Okay, so which repository you want to store in GitHub? Already it will give the link. This is my repository. Remember https git.com And inside the organization, I have one repository in the name called deeplearning.git. I want to store all this, whatever the activity I'm performing, all the changes I'm doing, everything I want to push in this specific location. You need to tell this to the Git. Understood? Run git remote add origin. Then the link of that it will now my development environment is connected with the GitHub repository using the CI/CD. We can do all the CI/CD work using this now. Understood? Now, how to push this one? Okay, continuously, I think 3 days we were using all these commands. Okay, same thing, git push hyphen u, git push hyphen u, origin main. Main is my branch. Okay, enter it. Enter it. The moment when you enter, it will push everything to your repository. 1 second. This will take time, I hope. Hold on. Wait for some time. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Come on. I hope it will push. Start working. It should push. Come on, what is happening? I hope you have configured this, right? Ha. So I should give the authentication. Yes. Now, yeah, now you can see it was asking for authentication. Okay, so once you give the authentication, it will push. Now, if you go to repository, I hope you will be able to, if you refresh this, I hope you are able to see all the files and the folders here, right? Hello, hello, hello. Can I get a confirmation, please? Okay, now I will share this. Uh, I think this link, no? Please let me know you are able to access this or not. Then we'll move forward. ठीक है? कहाँ पे come on, deep learning batch, come on. Yeah, deep learning workshop. I need a confirmation from your end, participants. Are you able to access this link or not? Are you able to access, participants? I'm dropping that link in chat box. Please give the confirmation. Are you able to access this link or not? Thank you, Parinita. She's able to access. I need at least 5 confirmation. Yes, great. I hope you are able to access. Now, your job is, since you configure in your machine also, because here .venv file is not available. Understood? Apart from that data, I have not given the access to the data. Understood? So your job will be, most of the time I will update this folder, src folder, as well as some part in the model as well as the src folder. Some part you will find in reports also. So whatever the ones after completing one file, I will push. Then you copy and paste and try from your end in the local machine whether you are able to run that file or not. ठीक है? चलो फिर, let's move forward. Now, next what I should do? Can someone guide me, please? What is the next stage? Yes, participant. Next what? Next क्या करना है मुझे? बोलो बोलो भाई. Requirement .txt. Let's try to install the dependencies. This is how we install. First session also we did the same thing. First and foremost, I need pandas. Okay, for data pre-processing. After that, I need what? NumPy. Okay, so let's try to add all these dependencies. Apart from this, we need DVC. This is a new thing for you, DVC. Okay, data version control system. Obviously, we required Keras. Okay, Keras for TensorFlow. sklearn also we will add. Fine. Apart from this, matplotlib also I will have. Okay, next we required Seaborn also. Seaborn also we required for graphical presentations. Next, apart from this, let's have TensorFlow. Okay, TensorFlow also. We will have TensorFlow. So we are going to design our deep learning model using the TensorFlow. If you want, you can try with PyTorch as well. Okay, apart from this, we need one more dependency like joblib to save the model. I think, yeah, joblib we required .h5 model we are going to save here. And apart from this, I required PyYAML. I'll talk about this one, how exactly PyYAML will work. PyYAML, since we are doing all the automations here using the params.yaml file as well as the dvc.yaml file. So PyYAML is also required. Anything is left? Any suggestion from your side, participants? Do we require any other dependencies? Do we require any other dependencies? Okay, I think we required Streamlit, right? Okay, so let's go with the Streamlit as well. Now let us try to run this one. Let's try to trigger this so that all the dependencies should be available in my .venv file. How to do this one? Pip install -r requirement.txt. Okay, run this one. This may take TensorFlow will take little time since it is almost 150 MB. Have be patient. Once after completing this one, I'll push this one to the repository so that you can install from your end. Hold on. Okay. Meanwhile, this will take time. Meanwhile, let's talk about the data. So I hope already you have, I think you have already downloaded the data. So let me go to Kaggle. Already I have given the link as well, I guess, in the Kaggle. So this is the data what we are going to work with. Brain tumor classification. This is very old data. Okay, so when we started our career from there, we are still studying using the brain tumor classification. Okay, so and it's a good platform, to understand how deep learning work. And totally, this data will support for CNN, artificial neural network transfer learning system. So that means you can use transfer learning system, that is the part of RNN also you can see. Say now let's talk about this data. This data contains almost 100 MB where you will be having two folders, testing as a training. If you click on any one folder, you can see four label classifications are there of the brain tumor. Glycoma tumor we have, malignum we have, no tumor we have, pituitary tumor we have. So that means it is a multi-label classification, and we are going to design a complete model for this. And apart from that, we will orchestrate this and we will deploy this. We will containerize and we will try to put that one in the production. And same goes for the other deep learning based model also. Okay. Uh, let's try to download this first. How to download? Go to download button and download it. I think already you have downloaded this folders, but there are certain students generally what do you know after complete successful completion they say I don't know cookie cutter, I don't know how to create a virtual environment. I don't know where is the data also. That's the reason, just for as a defending I mean uh, state like I'm just trying to share that one so that you can download from your end. One second. Yeah, so this is a run. You can use this data. Sir, can you use PyTorch? Yes, we can use PyTorch also. No problem. You can use PyTorch platform as well. Okay, so hold on. This is still running. Requirements since TensorFlow, it's almost 150 and 200 MB. To install this one, it takes little time. Once after completing, I will push that list of requirement.txt file so that you can run from your end. Okay, hold on. So if any question, please let me know. Any questions? Students, any questions? You can drop if you have any queries, you can drop in the chat box as well. Any questions? Hello. Hello. Any questions? Okay, hold on. Yeah, Rohit, yes, you can use GAN for deepfake detection. Yes, you can use it. But you can use it, yes. We have advanced technique called generative AI, which is far better than GAN technique. In GAN, what happens? You will have two transformer or let's say three transformers. In generative AI, it uses minimum of six transformers. Understood? To predict the models or let's say predict the whatever the queries you have. It uses six transformers. That is the only difference. What I suggest if you are trying to design your own LLMs, you start with the GAN. Any other questions? Because sorry, this will take time, guys. Requirement.txt, since we are running TensorFlow, obviously it will take time. Till then, if you have any questions, please let me know. Hello, yes, come on. Any questions? Oh, come on, this will take time. So what I will do, let me try to open one more new new terminal, and I'll try to push this one. cd.venv scripts. Why to waste time? Activate. Okay, let me try to push this one. Hold on. Okay, so if I clear this, git init, fine. Git add dot. Okay, git commit -m. Let's say day 1 2 second commit. Okay, now git push -u origin main. Run it. Yeah, I hope I'm able to push this one. Yeah, now if I check my repository, let's try to check the repository. Yeah, if I refresh this, that requirement.txt file should be available. Let's try to, yeah, now it is available. Now you can run this, guys. Okay, so requirement.txt file is available. Just try to run from your end, and yes, you can you can configure this. Till then, let me check from my end. It's still working. Hold on for some time. Once after successful completion, then we'll try to set the automation, how to do the automation. So, yes, can you see this one? Hello, 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 students. Am I audible? Please, can I get a confirmation, please? Yes, Sarthak. Okay, fine. Let's begin now. Now in GitHub repository, requirement.txt file is available. You can spin from your end. You can configure your machine and uh, you can make the machine to run your deep learning um, algorithms. Okay. Now let us try to have the automations. Now let's try to configure everything in one click. All the stages of deep learning should we need to perform. And for that one, I'm going to use same params.yaml file. Let's try to create one params.yaml file, parameter.yaml file. Okay, where we do all the automations here. First and foremost, let's try to set the project. Okay, let's try to configure the project first. How to configure the project? Params.yaml file. Inside this, I'll try to create a base first. Oh, come on, what is happening? Fine, let's try to create the base. Bases. Okay, base. Let's try to give the name of the project. Okay, this is my project name. Let's try to give the project name be deep learning project. Okay, deep learning project. Deep learning I'll give. Data source. So I'm going to have a data source here. Okay, so data source. So my data source will be here. I'll try to set the data source be my local directory. Okay, so data source src I will write, and I'm going to create one folder here. Okay, so hold on. So I'll create a folder and try to give the name as uh, data source. One second. I'll try to give the name as here. Yeah, I'll try to give the name as data source here. So remember, this folder is inside my main directory, data source. Can you see this one? Okay, data source. And you can keep this data source inside the data as well. No restriction. Fine. So inside this one, you can create and you can keep this one. Since it is, I'm directly fetching from Kaggle. So what I will do after downloading all the data, I'll try to keep inside this data source. Understood. But in the real time scenario, what happens? Data will come in different path. This can be in S3 bucket. This that can be in let's say databases. All those using the API, you can connect all those data sources and make sure that you land all those data sources inside this the folder called data source. Now, since already I have downloaded my this data source, which is having two folders, testing and training. Okay, let me show you that. And I'm going to store the entire data source in that particular folder. Let's say, yeah. So this is already I have downloaded. After downloading, you will get this file like archive. Okay, extract this one, and you are going to get this two file. Copy, paste to that template. Right now in the deep learning, inside deep learning, I have data source, and I'm going to store that, copy and pasting this entire data source inside the folder called data sources. Understood? Again, repeating, if the data is in the S3 bucket, you can use Boto3 and you can connect using that Boto3 API to data source a folder. Fire directly, you can fetch all the data from there. Now you can see here already this is clean data. We have two folders here. One is called testing and another is called training. Let's try to check this one. Inside testing, we have four folders. That means four classes are available: glycoma, tumor, etc. And these are the different data images we have. Now we need to design our machine learning models using these images. Okay, so if I click on this one, so this image is having the like this particular image is having glycoma. This class is called this image is coming under the category called glycoma. Understood? So like this, we have plenty of images. I think 150 images are there for glycoma. Manningham, we have again this many images, 150 plus images we have. No tumor. This is a clean. Okay, no tumor data we have. Similarly, we have for pituitary tumor. Okay, these are the label data we have. Understood? I hope you are cleared. Now, apart from this, if you go to training also, In training also we have plenty of images. Understood. Testing we have kept 150, I guess, but for training we have 80% of 150 uh, uh, images. Understood. So many more images are there. Understood. If you want to add these images, testing images, you can put everything in the training images as well. I hope you are clear. This is how the nature of the data will look like. We have data source. Inside data source we have testing and training. Training is having 4 labels and testing is also having the 4 labels. Now it's our time to design a model for this, and we'll try to make the whole process as an automation here. Now data under data source, I'm going to create an attribute called data source. And inside this, let's try to give the name for this one. What is the name here? I'll try to give the name as data source only. Data source is my folder name. Okay? I think it's better to have this name as uh, raw data. I'll try to have the name so that there should not be any confusion. So raw data. I'll try to give the name as raw data here. Oh, come on. Raw data. Okay? Perfect. Now, apart from this, this is the first phase of designing the model. Next is what? I need to load this data. How to load the data? Okay, so to load the data, what I will do? Okay, I'll have, once I will load the data here, pre-processing is not happening. That is taken care by the deep learning itself. In load data, can someone tell me how many number of classes we have? We need to mention number of classes. How many number of classes we have? Participants? We have 4, right? Okay, number of classes are 4. Raw data, where the raw data is, okay, raw data is available. Raw data is a sub attribute of our load data stage. Understood. Raw data is available inside my data source. Okay, so data source. Let's say data source. Done. Next, pre-processed data. After pre-processing the data, where I should keep this data? Okay, pre-process. So I will create one more. Yeah, pre-processed data, and I will give the path inside the data. I have pre-processed folder, right? Inside the data, I have pre-processed. So I'm going to all the data I will keep inside this location. Inside data, I have pre-processed. Okay, pre-processed. That's it. Pre-processed. Understood? Pre-processed. This is the location where I'm going to kill. And full path. Where is the full path? Full path is available. Full path data. So let's say full path I will give. Full path. And where is the full path? Inside deep learning. Okay, deep learning is my main directory. Inside this directory, I have the folder in the name called data source. Any question here? Participants, any question? So this is the load data stage. Any question here? Hello. Any question? Okay, let's move forward. After loading the data, next, what is the next stage? Split the data. Okay, let us try to splitting the data. That we are going to split the data in terms of train 80%. But remember, we have already training and testing. Understood? But for the automation in the future, I want to keep this one splitting of the data. Okay, and split ratio, I'll try to give the split ratio as split ratio 80%. So that means 80% for training and 20% for testing. Understood? But we have test and uh, train folder. Good. Next, let's try to design a model. Okay, let's design the model. So in model, what I will do, first we'll go with VGG19, then we'll try with CNN. CNN, okay, so let's go with different models now. Let's try to give the name for the model. I'll try to give the name for the model. See, you can see CNN directly you can give, or let's say VGG I will give, VGG19. VGG19 is a transfer learning system which comes with 18 layers. Understood? Transfer learning system with 18 layers, and you can give the input of whatever the data you have, you can give the input and it will start training the model. Understood? Now trainable, this is very very important in deep learning students. Now what happens in deep learning, when the moment when you start the training, it will take a lot of time. Let's say 3 hours, 4 hours. you can control the training, when to start the training and when to end the training. Understood? Manually. If I give true, understood, the moment when you run the script, it will start training the data, I mean the whole model. If I keep this one as a false, so that means it will ask, it will wait for us. Okay, so until and unless you convert this false to true, it will not start the training. Understood? So I will keep this one as false now. When the entire script is ready, then let's try to make this one as a true, so that the machine should start running the training. Understood? So this is one trainable option we need to add here. Apart from this, okay, so training path, where you want to train, whatever the from where you want to fetch the data for the training. Understood? For that one, I will use train path. Okay, train path, and I will fetch the data, whatever the training I want to do. All those data I am going to store inside processed train. Have a look on this, how I'm going to architect this. Under process, my raw data will be there. Here, what I will do, under process, I will create automatically, I will create, okay, two folder in the name called train and test. Once the train is created, all the files in the folder which is there in the data source, it will migrate to processed location. From there, I will start the training. Why means why, like why, how, why I'm designing in this way means, suppose let's say, one second, let me use my pen. Okay, so suppose let's say, okay, this is my data source, right? Okay, data source. Inside this processed, I will create two subfolder in the name called train and test. Okay, using the create folder script. Now suppose let's say, so whatever the data which is stored in these two folders, I will use this two folder data to train my model. Okay, so which is nothing but the pre-processed data. Now in the next stage, tomorrow, let's say, client is coming and he says, hey Tanzim, I have new data, new source of data, new data. In that case, what I will do, I will not tell the, I mean the user or the client, okay, you have the new data, you do one thing, you complete data, you dump in this folder processed. No, we can't so say that like that. What I will do, instead of that one, I will say the client, okay, AXYZ, whatever the data you have, you dump all those data inside the data source. This can be your S3 bucket as well. Understood? From here, what I will do, I will do pre-processing of the data. Manually, I will test this data. Then once if it is okay, then migrate that data to my pre-processed data. Understood? For the retraining of the model. Understood? This is the reason I have kept two. I'm playing around the data now. Understood? In two stages, data source as well as a pre-processed data. I hope you are clear. Okay. Any questions? Students, any questions here? Okay, so what I will do, train path, my train path will be, okay, I will set here data processed. Okay, process, inside process, I'll create one subfolder in the name called train. Similarly, I will do it for test path. Test path data processed, okay, hyphen test also I will keep here. Image size, this is very, very important in deep learning. Image size, from where, how much pixel you want to keep, image size. Participants, X and Y, there will be three dimensions here. Okay, I'll go with 255, comma 255. Okay, height and the, okay, height and the width I have given, but in the model you have to give the depth also. Okay, I'll show you how to, where to give the depth of the model. Next, loss category. So this, since I said in the forward pass there will be loss bias. Okay, so to calculate the bias in deep learning, we have the technique called categorical cross entropy. Okay, we use categorical cross entropy technique to calculate the loss. Understood? So let me keep this one in double quotes. Perfect. So next, apart from this loss, we have optimizer. Optimizer. Okay, so we use by default called Adam. Adam optimizers are used in deep learning. There are many other optimizers also. Let's go with the Adam. Matrix. How you want to calculate the accuracy here? So for the matrices, generally we calculate the strength, or let's say the capacity of the model using the technique called accuracy. Understood? Accuracy. Now next, epochs. Epochs is nothing but how many times you want to train this one. By default, let's go with one because this model itself is taking 3 hours to complete one epochs. That's the reason I have said no. In the evening, I'll teach you how to train. You keep it 10 or 15, okay, and go home. Come back again morning and check, okay, whether your model is ready or not. Understood? Next, epochs is I'm going to get epochs. I'll keep right now one. Batch sizes, I'll keep batch sizes as 32. So that means batch, whatever the batches I'm creating in every layer, I'll try to keep the batch strength through 32. Usually we start with the 64, then we can go with the 32 also, or if you want, you can go with batch size of 64. Now, maybe you guys are confused. What are the batch, where exactly the batches are used? One second, let me open my PPT and I'll explain, okay, how exactly batches, where the batches will come. If I go to corporate trainings, one second, MLOps, okay, deep learning. Okay, so let's go to CNN now. Uh, if I go to CNN, okay, now here, have a look on this. Batches, how you want to create a batches. So these are the layers, this is a convolution plus one ReLU. Next we have this batch. Okay, so this layer like this. Now what we do, you can start this one from 64. This layer you can start from 64. You can start from 64. You can drag down this one, you can make it at 32. Next to 16. Next to after 16, 8-bit. Then you give this one to the output like this. Or you can start with 32 only. Understood? By default, it will be 64. 32 you can mention here. So your batch processing of the images in terms of the batch will start from the 32 bits. That's the reason I have set 32 here. Any questions? Any question, participants? Okay, let's move forward then. If no means, so I have kept the batch sizes 32, which can be an optional. If I let me try to comment this one so that you can start with 64 only. That means the accuracy chances of getting high accuracy will be more here. Understood? Now where to save this model? Can someone tell me where to save the model? So I will save the model inside the folder called models here. Have a look on this. If you go to left corner on the template, okay, we have the folder called models. Use that model folder. So I will create one attribute in the name called save directory. ठीक है, save directory, and I will save the model inside the folder called models. Okay, inside the folder called models, and I'll give the name of this model. Let's say trained model, trained.h5. H5 is an extension we use to store. H5 or SDFS also you can, SDF also you can use to save the model. Okay, any question here, participants? Any question in this stage? This is where we train the model. Understood? This is where we split the model. Sorry, split the data. This is where we load the complete data. This is the where my raw data is available. Next, any question here? Any questions? Okay. If no means next, see, this is the first stage of deep learning where we set all the algorithms, pixel size, from where the data is coming, loss, how you are going to handle the loss, optimizers, which optimizers are used, and on what basis you are going to calculate the strength of the model. We use accuracy techniques here. Okay, there in the RM, in the first stage, we had used the RMS value, RMSE value, okay, root mean square value, etc. R1, F1 score we have used. Here directly you can use accuracy. Apart from this, see, as far as image is concerned, image, it is a pixel type of a data. But machine learning model will, sorry, deep learning model will not take except pixel type of a data. We need to convert that one into terms of numerical data. And generally what we do, we make use of array techniques here. Arrays are used, okay, to convert, first you convert pixel data into arrays, then you can pass the data to the machine learning model for the processing. Understood? And we need to do that here also. We want to automate even for that also. For that one, I will create one more heading here, image augmentations. Okay, image augment. and I will have all the parameters here. Generally we use in during the CNN or let's say deep learning. First is rescaling the model. Sorry, rescaling the images. Usually we do 1.2 slash 255. Understood? So 1 point means that is a depth of the model, depth of the image generally we say. Next, apart from this, we have shear range. I'll try to have the shearing range of zero point 0.2. Zoom range. After every layer, I will zoom that image to 20%. Understood? So zoom to 20%, then you fetch the pixel images. Okay, pixels, then you convert that one into array. Next, what I will do, horizontal flip also I'll do in every real layer. 32 batch, 64 ka batch will be there. After every processing, I will flip that horizontally. Okay, I'll keep that one as a true. Okay, next we have horizontal flip also we can do. This is for horizontal, we can do vertical flip also. Let's have vertical flip. Okay, vertical flip also I'm doing. Now, apart from this, batch sizes, I think batch sizes I have mentioned there. We can have batch sizes here also. Batch size, let's try to keep the batch size be 32. You can go with any numbers, 64, let's say 64 or 32. I'll try to keep 32. I think I can save a lot of computation power here. But in the real time, you go with the 64. Apart from this, batch sizes we have and class mode. Okay, so I'm going to use categorical. Can someone tell me why you have used categorical? There are two, binary and categorical. Why categorical participants? Class mode I'm using categorical. Yeah,
Because we have multiple classes.
awesome. That's the right answer. Since we have multiple classes here, multi-label classification we are doing. That is the reason we are going with the categorical options. Now, any other changes here? Let me see. Okay, let me cross verify. This is for image augmentations. Okay, next model, I'm going to store the model. Let's say model directory. Okay, let's say model directory. Already I have created. Let's try to create one more here. Let's say models. This is the main directory where I'm going to store my model. Okay, apart from this, now comes MLflow. Okay, MLflow, that means we need to orchestrate our machine learning models also, which is the main objective of this session. Okay, MLflow. Let's try to configure MLflow also. Okay, MLflow config. I will use MLflow config. Next, we have artifact directory. Artifact directory I will use. Artifact directory I will use. Yes, I think it's better to have artifact directory. Okay, artifact directory will be artifacts. I will use artifacts. So that means I should create one artifacts folder inside my main directory. Apart from this experiment name, let's try to give the experiment name be deep learning VGG19. Okay, so VGG19 I have taken. Run name, I'll try to give the run name as MLOps. Okay, MLOps I have given, or else you can give VGG. Now registered model, let's say registered model. Okay, so where you are going to registered model name. So whatever the model you are creating, we need to give the name even in the MLOps. So I will use as deep learning model. I'll have deep learning model. Okay, deep learning model. And obviously my server where you want to run this server, I will use universal IP address, that is local IP address, remote server. I'll try to create remote server. Okay, and remote server URI, you know that one 127.0.0.1 and port number will be 5000. Okay, so this is my remote server what I'm going to use. You later on you can change that one to EC2 machine, whatever the IP address wherever you want, you run this one. You can run this model, orchestrate the model. Okay, so this is about params.yaml file. So any question here? If no means let's move forward. So what I will do next, let me push this one so that you can update from your end also. Get add. Okay, hold on. Get add. Okay, where it is happening? Come on. Okay, get add. Get commit -m. Okay, day one and third commit. Something is happening. Okay, third commit. There is, oh no. Oh no, sorry, guys. See, I was in staging area. You might have seen is it has taken all the data. No data source. The moment when I started committing, it started fetching all this data source. Now I don't want to push even this one in the repository. Okay, otherwise the size of the repository, there are certain limitation in the space. So what I will do first in the git ignore, I will mention this files also. Okay, data source. I don't want to push this one even in GitHub repository. Data source. Okay, data source. So I have saved this one. Now next, let's try to commit again. Git add. Okay, git commit. Okay, git commit hyphen m day one. Okay, I think it's third push. Run this one. Now you can see this data source is also excluded now. If I push again, okay, if I push again, git push hyphen u origin main. Run this one. Run this one. It is asking for authentication. Okay. I think it has added, guys. My God. Make sure that from your end, you disable this data source. Don't push this data source to your repository. Okay. Otherwise, everything is getting pushed here. Hold on. Hold on. Come on. I think this will create a problem now. Definitely, this will create a problem. Come on. Okay. Fine, done. So I think that params.yaml file is available now. You do one thing from your end, just copy and paste in your system. Then I'll give you 2 minutes. Okay, complete that task, then we'll move forward. I think if I check that, where is my repository? Yes, and now if I refresh this, if I refresh, I think requirement.txt file is available now. So params.yaml file. Just 2 minutes. So this is our code is available. Please copy and paste from your end. I'll give you 1 minute, then let's move forward after that. Make it fast. Uh, if done, please let me know. I expect some thumbs up. You know, if it is completed, you can give thumbs up so that we can move forward. Yes, thank you, Rishabh. Yes, that is the problem. No, Risha, sorry. Yes, I have added that data source. Maybe this will create a problem. Not today, maybe tomorrow it will create a problem. Data source. Anyways, that data is available. Please suggest me how to remove that data source from my GitHub repository. That is a task for you, so that I can save my time as well. Data source is added. Params, I hope you have copied that params.yaml file. If yes, please let me know. No, don't add. Okay, don't add that data source. Since I said directly, first before pushing this one to your repository, go to .git ignore file. Here you call that data source like this. Save that file, then you push the your code in your repository. Okay? If done, please let me know. I'm expecting some thumbs up. You know, at least 4 to 5 thumbs up if it is completed. Yes, Shreya, thank you very much. Others, come on, guys. I can't see thumbs up. Yes. Is that completed? Please let me know. Participants, participants. Hello. Git RM data source. Sir, we can do this. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll try that one. I'll try that one. Okay, definitely I'll try. Let me Git RM data source. Uh, we'll try that one. RM for deleting the folder, no? Yes, that's why I was a bit confused, git rm hyphen r. Okay, it will remove. Okay, even from the cache. Let's see. Let's try that one. Does it require Rishabh? That is does that double code is required under data source? No, sir. Okay, then what is the final command? Git rm hyphen r hyphen hyphen cached data source. Can you retype and send me, please? Okay, okay. Let's try this one. Okay, so otherwise it will create a problem definitely. So let me try this one. You can guide me how to do this one. So you can. I hope you are able to see my screen, right? Let me run this one. Git rm hyphen hyphen cached hyphen r data source. Let's try to run this one. It started tracking. Now what I should do? Should I push this? Should I commit this? Git commit. Yes, git commit hyphen r hyphen m. Let's say day 3, day 1, and this is my fourth commit. Come on, yes, I hope I'm expecting something better here. Let's say git push hyphen, what is the command? Hyphen u, no? Hyphen r, no? Git push hyphen r origin main.
Hyphen U.
Sorry, hyphen u.
Hyphen U.
Yes, yes, hyphen u. Okay, origin main. Let's try this. Come on, it is asking again for authentication. Okay, yes, it got executed. Now, if I refresh, let's see, I'm able to. That yes, awesome. Thank you very much. You can see data source folder now folder is not available. That means it got removed from my uh, CICD from the CICD pipeline. Thank you very much for this. Let's continue now. Now I hope you are able to. Now we have completed params.yaml file, so it will do all the automations whatever we required along with the MLOps automations also it will do. Now it's time to work on SRC folder. Okay, let's try to create all the folder files and the folders which are required to automate this whole process. Now, yeah, let's go to SRC first. Okay, and you know the structure of SRC. We have inside SRC, we have the folder name called data. Understood? In data, you can create data there. Features also we have. Okay, and models we have, and visualization. All the visualization you can keep here. And apart from this, we have init.py file, which is a starting file. You know that one. Okay, whenever you're working with object oriented using the Python, set init.py file is required. Now next required from here, I need one getData.py file. GetData.py file. Okay. So let's try to work on getData.py file. So the concept will remain same. First in getData.py file. Okay, so we need the dependencies here. Let's try to work on dependencies. Come on, this is the problem. Okay, dependencies we required from utils. Okay, utils, this utils, commands dot command. Okay, so this is to attach the layers, so layer by layer we will be using this util command configuration. Inside this one we have import configuration. Okay, so let's try to use this import configuration. Awesome. We need we need to import obviously OS for operating system. Next, apart from this, we required a request also. Okay, request is also required, and we required one more dependency called shootil. Shootil to work with multiple folders. When you are creating a folder, new folder you are creating, and you are dumping all the data after creating the folder. Likewise, we have testing and training here. So all to do perform all the automation, we required a dependency called Shootil. And apart from this, I'm going to use random also, random to select the images randomly. And we required obviously argument parser for object oriented programming language, methods and classes. If you want to access from one file to another, we required argument parser. And obviously we required pandas. Let's try to install. I think panda, do we require panda? Let's try where we can use this panda. And obviously we required numpy as well. And we required one more called YAML. Let's try to import YAML as well. Fine. So these are the dependencies are required just to get the data from different sources. Now let's try to create an entry here. Stepping open entry. If hyphen hyphen name, same concept I'm using participants. Okay. Hyphen hyphen name equals to. Okay. And hyphen hyphen main. Okay. So this is a main function. Next, after that argument parser args. Let's try to create one variable args argument parser. Argument parser is a method to work with different types of objects here. Okay, object as a class or class as an object from one file to another file or within the file. Okay, next, how to add an argument. So this is how we add. There is a method called add argument. Args is an object. I'm calling that object, and this object is having this dependency. Inside this class, we have the method called add argument. So to take or to fetch the argument one by one, and where all these arguments are available inside params.yaml file. So this is a file. So I will take one by one all the arguments from here. Then I will pass those all the file, arguments to my respective other files, get data. Understood? So this is going to be my open door for almost all the variables I'm using in the next stages. Now, same, we need to pass this argument. For that one, we have passed argument. Okay, and whatever the object I have created, I'm storing everything. Whatever the methods I'm using, I'm storing all those variable inside the past argument. Now let's try to create an entry door. Let's take an A as an door here, variable. I'll try to have get data. Get data is a function here. Fine. Next, configuration path, past argument dot config. Same. You compare this one with the last program, what last session programs we did. There is no changes here. Same thing, same method I'm using. The only thing is get data. What is this get data? This is an predefined function. No. Yes or no, participants? Hello. Hello, guys. Okay. Get data. Okay. Get data next to config file. Correct? Config file. Let's try to have config file. Same thing you compare. Okay. Compare with the last session code. Config file. Done. Next, I need to create one configuration so that I can read the parameters from params.yaml file. Understood? For that one, I will use config. Okay, config. I'll create one more parameter function called read params. Okay, read params config file. Same thing. Understood? Next, let's try to return this one to config file. Config method. Done. Any questions here? Next, what I should do? Again, I have to create one more function in the RAM called read params, so that I can fetch all these things. Read params. Okay, it will open my YAML.file using the method called safe load. Then whatever the parameters are coming, that will be given to get data. Understood? And get data will process in the main function here. Likewise. Now read params. Next, after that in read param, same with open. Let's try to open my YAMLs.file, and we have config path. Okay, so config path will have configuration path. This is an argument which will work as a parameter for this get data. This you can use it, whatever the variables are coming, this you can use it as a parameter, and this whatever the variables are coming from this read params, you can take it as an argument, but these variables are coming from my params.yaml file. ठीक है? Any questions? बोलो भाई. Hello. Okay, with view हो गया. Next config. Take config. In config, safely there is a method called safe load. I'm opening my YAML file, okay, using safe load method, and I'm returning that one to the config file here. This one with open file, okay, and it will fetch one by one, and return whatever you are getting that you return it to config again. Simple. Fine. So this will end. This is my entry door, entry door, or let's say starting point for fetching the data from external sources. Right now we have the external sources like data source, and I'm automating using the YAML file. YAML file will become a middleware between the data source and this get data.py file. Any question here? Hello. Okay. If no miss, let's move forward. Let's try to run this one first. Okay, let's try to run this one. Let me clear this, and Python src, under src we have get data, I guess. Let me try to run this one. My fingers are crossed. Let's see if everything is okay, means it should execute. Now there is an unexpected key called config path. Can someone help me to rectify this problem? Is that a config path or config file? It should be config file, no? Participants? Hello. Hello. Config file. Let's try to run this one. Again, let me try to run again. And yeah, you can run the same command, Python src get dot py. Again, there is a problem here. What is that problem? Can someone help me to rectify this? Yeah, I think here. Yeah, this is a customized parameter. I'm calling as a config path. Let's try to make it as config file. Okay, config file. Let me save this one, and let's try to run this one again. Come on. Let's try to run this one again. Yes, it got executed. That means the door is open now. Transformation, data transformation, whatever the data transformation I want to do. Okay, wherever the data is there, first data will go to the source now. Now see the track here. Data is in the data source. Now I cannot fetch the entire data. We have training and testing there. Huge amount of data we have. So what we do sequential task here. For that one, what I will do, whatever the data I required for that instance of time, I'm calling that data using the params.yaml file. Understood? And that data can be fetched using the get hyphen data.py file. Understood? So this is data entry. The first stage of the deep learning is over. Let me push this one. Git add. Okay. Get commit hyphen m. I think this is my day 1 5th commit. ठीक है? Git push hyphen u origin main. Done. Okay. Just check whether it is available. Code is available or not. Okay. Yeah, I think code is available. Just copy and paste. I'll give you 1 minute to do this. Okay. Please record under src. Yeah, get data.py file is available. I'll give you 1 minute. Just copy and paste this one, and give a thumbs up, then we'll proceed. We'll go with the next stage. ठीक है? 1 minute, guys. Yeah, is that completed? Can I get a thumbs up? Hello. Okay, thank you. Let's proceed now. So get data is over. Next what? Any guess? Participants, what is the next stage? Bolo bhai. Next stage, participants. Now see here. After after getting the data, now easily see from this getData.py, I'm able to access the data, right? From the external sources. That is nothing but the data source. Wherever from wherever the data is coming, I'm landing that data inside this folder called data source. Correct? After this, I want this data after I want to process this data and I want to keep this data inside the processed inside this so that from there what I will do, I will start creating the machine learning model. Understood? Now you see the nature of the data here. Please understand this. Okay. Under data source, I have two subfolders called testing and training. If I enter into, you click on any one this, under testing, we have four folders again, nothing but the four classes. Understood? Now I want my program or I want to design a program in such a way that, okay, I should tell the program or I should tell the interpreter, oh interpreter, you keep the cursor or you keep the cursor on processed folder inside, go inside the process folder. After that, after entering into process folder, just check whether two folders are there or not in the name called testing and training. If testing and training is available, no problem, enter, and whatever the data is there, updated data, you try to place those data in respective folders. If not means inside the processed, you first create testing and training folder. And inside testing and training folder, you create all the four folders which are required to store my data. First, I have to do that one. First, put the condition. Okay, check. If everything is okay, well and fine, then you proceed for the next level. If no means you create this complete architecture, dump entire data, then you proceed for the next level. That I have to do this one. That is nothing but the next stage. So what I will do, again, I'll go to SRC. Okay, SRC. Next, I'll create one file in the name called a create folder. Okay, create folder .py. ठीक है? Any questions? Participants? Any questions? Okay. If no miss, let's proceed. Now what I will do, I need dependencies here. ठीक है? Let's have the dependencies. There is something wrong. Let's have the dependencies. I'll use import OS. Okay. Shootil required. Shootil is required. Argument passer is required. Next what we required, YAML is required. Okay. Next what we required, numpy is required. चलो फिर ये भी डाल देंगे. Okay. Pandas numpy. Come on. As pandas numpy as np we required. And apart from this, we required, okay, the functions what we have created inside getData.py file, which is nothing but this two function, getData and params.yaml file. How we can call that one inside my create folder? Bolo, how to do it? Last time I explained, first session में explain किया हूँ ये सारा. Import getData. Okay, inside getData, we have one method called getData. ठीक है? And params.yaml file दोनों ले लिया मैंने. Import or is that an import keyword or from? It should be import and this should be from. Correct? Okay, from get data file, import get data function method and read params file. ठीक है? So these are the required. Now next what I will do, let's try to create the folder. Create the creating folder. Creating folder. ठीक है? Okay. Creating folder, let's have star. Just remembrance. Okay. Fine. Now how to create a folder? So to create a folder, I will create one definition and I will write in definition, let's say create fold. Create a fold. And means folder only. Understood? You can give any name. I have given create fold. Next, you know the syntax here. Parameters कैसे customize parameters हम लोग use करते हैं. So I'll try to have here config. Okay, config, which is nothing but all the data जो है get data में, that will be fetched from config. Now image, since it is an image type of a data, so I'll try to keep as none here. Understood? Now you know the general syntax of definition, how to create a definition. One second. Okay, how to create a definition. None I have given. Now next what? I want to fetch my get data. Get data where get data function and get data function where it is stored inside my get data.py file. How to do that one? I will create a config variable create कर लो. Next after get data I'll use get data config. Understood? So that means जो भी methods, whatever the methods are there in get data.py file, all those methods now you can access inside the create folder methods. Understood? So next, let's try to create a directory now. I want to create a directory. Understood? So configuration first. What I will do, I will create one variable in the name called directory. Let's have config. Okay, configuration. So the configuration क्या करेगा? params.yaml file को hit करेगा and whatever we are requesting, it try to find that attributes. Now, okay. So first directory कहाँ पे है? Where is my directory? बोलो. Let's go to params.yaml file. Inside params.yaml file, we have what? Participants, load data, right? Yes or no? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. Fine. So load data. Let's go to load data and paste it over here. Now after this, okay, next what? I want to, where I want to keep this one? Processed data. No. Where is my processed data? Okay, come on, come on, come on. Let's go to process data. Where is my process data? Under this, you can see process data. So this is my, I'm telling the interpreter, oh interpreter, you go to this pre-processed folder first. Understood? Then I will put the condition. First you check, if no means you create. If it is there means you update. Like this I have to do. Now I'm going just setting up. I'm linking up. Understood? So यहाँ पे if you go to create folder, okay, so process data is having my path. Done. Any question? Any question? Now let's inside, let's go again subfolders. How many subfolders have we required? How many classes we have? We have 4 classes. So I will create one more variable in the name called CLA config. Okay, go to config and tell me where I have mentioned number of classes here. Bolo, bolo bhai. Let's go to params again. Number of classes where I have called inside load data. We have, okay, inside load data, I have one attribute in the name called number of classes. So that means number of classes means number of subfolders. I want to create how many number of subfolders? 4 number of subfolders. You can print and check. Print, let's say print dir. Let's try to print this one. Okay, dirr and print. Let's try to print this one also, CLA. If everything is okay means it should display, you know. Let's try to, I think I have to return this. Let's see if I'm able to run this one or not. Let's try to, if I run this Python src, next what we have, what is that one? Create folder, no, create folder. If you run this, let's see. Now you can you see that one? I think it has created. Now it is working, it is running. If I go to pre-process, let's go to pre-process. Okay, pre-process, under pre-process, there is nothing here. That means it is executing. That means my code is working fine. There is no issue with the code. So it got executed. Now let me comment this. Let me comment this. Fine, done. Let's move forward. Next is, once this is done, now it's time to create a folders. Understood? Now I'll put a condition if, okay, if OS, okay, operating system, that means it will you help us to create folders, you know, path exist. Let me check first whether this path is exist or not. If path exists, what is a path? Directory. Put the condition under directory. Directory is having which path? Pre-process. If this path is exist or not, then if you want to jump into the next stage, give plus. Understood? Plus single quote, okay, single quote front slash like this, front slash. Okay, so this is for next path. Understood? Now check after this again plus. This is a command. Remember, if you want to go directory by directory, this is the command we use. Plus then single quote front slash. Understood? Next, it will jump to the next directory. Now check whether train is there or not. I'll try to create one train folder, which is nothing but under pre-processed. I'm creating one train folder. Understood? After that, same thing plus single quote. Okay, single quote. Next, I'll create one index here. Since I have to create 4 classes, for that one, I will create a class. Next, I will create an index. I'll set the default index as class 0. ठीक है? Any question? ये बहुत important है students. If any question in this line of code, please let me know. I can see the number of total strength drop down from 105 to 95. Any question here? I'll give 30 seconds just to analyze line number 16. Any question? Please let me know. Bolo bhai. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. If no means let's proceed. So that means I hope you are able to now understood how we are creating the subfolder inside the main folder. Processed under process we are creating a train. Under train I'm creating a number of classes here like class 0 for one class 1, class 2 and class 3. Understood? And in the same way, this is for uh, training. In the same way I have to do for testing as well. Just copy and paste from OS path. Okay, OS path and you can do here. See here. Okay, so same thing and OS path exists directory. Understood? I'm creating a folder in the name called test and class 0. Okay. 1 second, guys. Okay, so done. So this will create both training and a testing path for us. Now let us try to print this. Okay, so print, let's say folder already exists. Okay, train and test already, okay, folder, or else you can give here train and test. Let's try to put the condition train and test. Okay, folders already exist. If exist, don't do anything. Just try to skip that one. Fine. What I will do, uh, let me. Okay, so already exist. Next is in the same way. I'll try to print one more here. Print. Okay, print. I'm skipping it. Let's say I am skipping it. Skipping it. Done. Done. Okay, so print. Else, what I will do? Else. Come on. Else. Let's try to create a. Let's try to create what folder. Let's try to create a folder and tell me how to create a folder. OS and what is the command? mkdir. Okay, mkdir. Then give under directory I having the processed. I want to create a folder in the name called train. In the same way, I want to create a folder under the directory called process in the name called test. Now, okay, I have to create one more now subfolder in both training and testing. For that one, I will put the condition for I in a range. There is a method called range. Range already I have given in CLA. What is having CLA? What? Okay, CLA variable is having what? CLA, I guess, right? CLA variable is having, I think, let me cross verify this. Yes, perfect. Now, CLA variable is having what? This is my CLA variable. Load number of classes. So number of classes is 4 here. So that means automatically the CLA will create a number of classes here. Understood? How we can do that one? We can make use of OS make directory. Make directory. And where we are going to create at this directory under dirr plus front slash next plus Okay, plus next inside this one I have one directory name. Okay, so sorry, folder name called train. Again under train plus, okay, again front slash, sorry, front slash like this. Okay, single slash, then front. Next I will tell the interpreter, oh Python, you enter into preprocessed. Under preprocessed, check there is a training folder, enter into training folder also. After that, okay, you create a class, and I have given the argument of the class in CLA variable. How we can do that one? So you check for the variable called class underscore. After that, you keep on creating a subfolder, but please change the name of those classes and start from class 0 and end up with the class 3. How we can do that one? You use plus symbol again and str for string. I have set the 0 as an index there. Understood? So I'm using I. I means index. So that means after creating one folder, the index will get incremented. From 0, it will become 1. From 1 it will become 2. Like this it will end till CLA value. CLA value is 4 now. Understood? In the same way I want to do it even for testing also. This is for training and this is for testing. ठीक है? Now let's try to print some क्या बोलते हैं message. I'll try to print some message in the name. Let's say folder is created, folder is successfully created. ठीक है? Done. Folder is successfully created. Done. Understood? Any question? Any question? Any questions? Folder create end. Any question here? Oh, why please? It's really boring, taking sessions online because you guys are not talking. Uh, Trust me, you should keep on asking question, no? Otherwise I feel like I'm wasting my time. This is how we create the folder. Any question here, participants?
No, sir, no question.
Okay, so that means okay, fine, no issue. So this will create a, I mean, what folder. Now let's try to create a main folder. Obviously, even this file is also required what main file. How we can do that one? Why to waste time? Let's try to copy and paste from get data. No, so let me, yes, go to get data.py, copy and paste this one. That's it. Let's go to create folder and paste it here. Now we need to change some argument here. Which are those argument? This argument. This is for get data. We need this one for what? Create folder. Copy this and create folder. That's it. Okay, done. This is it. Now let's see. First, let's try to see the scenario. How our template look like. We have processed under data. We have processed. Inside process, nothing is there. Just a dot git keep is there. Now the moment when you run this file, it should create a two folders in the name called train and test, and it should create subfolders as well. Okay, so let's try to run this one. Python dot src, I think src. Inside src, I have create folder, I guess. Let's try to run this one. Okay, there is something wrong. What is that? What is that? Uh, Config file. Can someone help me to rectify this? Argument should be config path or config file. Config file. I think it's config path, I guess. No, can someone help me, please? 1 second. Unexpected create folder got an unexpected keyword called config file. It should be config path, I guess. Config. Come on, come on. It should be config. I think this should be
It
config
should
file.
only be config.
Which one? Is it? Will it work? Let's try to run this one. Let's see. I'll come to you. Okay, so please hold. Create folder. No, it's not working. What is the error here? Can someone help me to rectify this problem, please? Config file, no? It should be config. So, can you? Okay, it should be config. Let's see. This should be config, no? And what about this one? This also should be config, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's try to run this again. Let's run this again. Fine. Let me try to run this one again. There is something wrong. I'll do one thing. I'll push this one. Try to rectify from your end. Git add. Okay. Git commit -m. Day 1. I think this is my 6th commit. Git push -u origin. Sorry. Yes, guys.
Can you check the spelling of preprocessed?
1 second. I think I have pushed that one. You can copy and paste from your end. Which one? Which line number? Pre-processed.
11, I think.
11. No.
Oh, see, the config load data 12.
12 pre-processed data, right? Let me check. Let me go to params.yaml file. Params.yaml file. This one, right? Correct?
/process. Yeah.
Pre-processed. If I go to create folder, they're the same, no?
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, I have pushed the code. Please try from your end, please. Let me try this. There's something wrong. Come on, create folder. No, there is something wrong. Just figure out what is the problem here. Give me 1 minute. Okay. I'll take 5 minutes of break, huh? So just try to figure out if not means we'll try to rectify this. ठीक है? Yes, hello everyone. I am back. Uh, I someone yeah, someone has messaged Lakshmikant, sir, in YAML file spelling of folder process is wrong. Maybe instead of make directory. Okay, let's figure out. See you how intelligent you guys are. So how you are rectifying how you are debugging the mistakes. You have that capacity. Understood? Some little confidence and push is required for you. Appreciated. Okay, let's try to. Some of them have messaged me uh, along with the code as well as some comments. Let's try to rectify one by one. Lakshmikant is saying, thank you, Lakshmikant. In the YAML file, the spelling of folder process is wrong. Let me figure out where it is. Process under data, process PROCESSCD. Let's see. Let me rename this. Okay, let me go to or name and let me copy this. Let me go to YAML. Pre yeah process no yes. Okay, let's try to rectify. Let's try to run this one. Hope this will work. Create folder. Awesome. Can you see this? Hello, participants. Hello. 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 Okay. So I'm able to create the folder. Okay. Folder created successfully. Let me go to
Sir,
left side. Yes. Now we are able to create the folder
sir,
here. Now, yes.
will you go to line number 16 in create folder?
File one. Which one? Create folder.
Yes, sir, line
Okay.
number 16.
Line number 16. Okay.
So that condition you missed a forward slash there.
Where?
In OS, in that condition, train and plus forward slash and then class.
Okay. This should be. Very good. The plus. I'm not getting it. I'm a bit confused. No, the plus is there. No, let me check here first. Data source. Under data, let's see processed. Can you see this one? It is already created. Can you see this? Means I'm doing plus only here directory. Direct prop that is nothing but the link here, the entry point process. After that, I'm just doing plus and plus. So the inside train, if you see here inside train, the next level will be the subfolder class 0, 1, 2, 3 here. So it is created. Done no?
No, sir,
Hello.
the path is incorrect accordingly. So it's checking train class 0. It's not checking class 0 from the train folder.
From the train folder, yes.
So a forward slash is required there.
Yes, here also no. After train plus again one more single slash, right?
Yes,
Can you
sir.
guide me please? Okay, forward slash, correct?
Forward slash and
Next
then plus
plus. Okay, next. Is this
quote.
correct?
And
Okay.
yes, sir. And same for test.
See, even for a test also, right? So here in test, after test, next plus, next single quote, front slash, correct? Please correct
Single
me.
quote and yes, sir.
After the single quote again. Awesome.
Yeah.
Double
And
quote,
plus.
no, 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 no. Okay.
Plus and
Uh,
single quote, sir.
plus signed, single quote,
Single
correct?
quote.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Now, I hope this will work now. It will work. Okay. Thank you. This is like, see how you guys are debugging. Thank you very much for that. Now let me, and now see, already the folder is created now. Test and train folders are created. Done. But nothing inside this. If I go to process, nothing inside. That means I have to fetch all the data now from the data source. Okay. Now let me try to run again and let's see what results I'm getting. Okay. Create folder. Okay, it is jumping the loop. Can you see that one? Train and test folder is already existed. I'm skipping it. So that means the create folder will not work here because it's already created. Understood? Let me push this one so that you can try from your end. Git add. get commit -m and day 1. This is my seventh commit. Okay, git push -u origin main, done. Okay, so you can update from your end. Both try to update your params.yaml file as well as a get data file. Okay. Done. Shall we proceed? Can I get a thumbs up, please? I सच में बोलता हूँ, मुझे जब स्क्रीन में thumbs up देखता हूँ ना, I feel really happy. Okay. जब thumbs up नहीं आते स्क्रीन में, तो feel bad, you know. इतना effort दे रहा हूँ मैं, nothing is getting in return. Understood? Please keep on giving thumbs up. Like it doesn't mean that you scratch. Okay. सर ने स्क्रीन शेयरिंग का ऑप्शन भी दिया है, चलो डिस्टर्ब करेंगे, स्क्रैच करेंगे सर को. Don't do that, man. Thumbs up we really like when we do online trainings. Okay, shall we move forward? Let's create one more file, then we'll discuss for lunch kar lenge. ठीक है? But before that one, let's try to create one more file, because see, deep learning, I humble request, deep learning will take a lot of time. You should have patience. Understood? Training ke liye we used to sit late night 3 o'clock also sometime. Okay, now it's time to create a model. Okay, first evaluation. First we will try to create an evaluation matrix. Then we will create a model. ठीक है? चलो, let's do that one. Model evaluation or model train. Let's try to create. Let's try to model evaluation. First, try to create a model evaluation. Then model को train करेंगे. Understood? Now I'll create one more folder here inside SRC. Just listen. Try to understand the logic. Okay, code is available. You can use that code later on. Evaluate. I'll try to create an evaluate.py file. Okay, here. Let's begin with now comes the king, you know, the Keras. From Keras, I'll try to import under Keras. See, from past many days, I have not updated this Keras. You need to help me also if libraries are changing, because they keep on updating. Keras, under Keras, we have models, and I'm going to import load model. Okay, load model I have imported. Apart from this, sklearn also I'm going to use. Sklearn. Okay, so in sklearn matrix we have matrix for evaluation, and I'm using this two matrices. Classification report also we required, and confusion matrix is also required. Okay, so for evaluation. And apart from this, obviously we require numpy, import always, argument parser is required. And apart from that, I'm going to use get data. Okay, import get data and read params. Shootul is required. Okay, apart from this, pre-processing. Okay, so we have in Keras pre-processing करने के लिए we have pre-processing. Okay, import images. So I'm going to use this pre-processing. I think pre-processing dot images. I'll use specific method here, pre-processing dot images, and inside this I will use image data generator. Okay, so image data generator we required that pixel को resize करने के लिए, bit change करने के लिए, etc. And apart from this, obviously we will be using VGG16 here. So I'll use VGG16, and we required Seaborn. From Seaborn for visualization, I will use as SNS for visualization, graphical presentation के लिए Seaborn I'm using. That is an advanced level of matplotlib. Okay, matplotlib also I'm using. And last but not the least, I will use pandas. Okay, so pandas I'm using. Great, done. So these many dependencies are required here. Apart from this, let's try to work on our main file. So this is going to be my main file. I'm just copying and pasting in evaluation.py file. Okay, so I'll copy and paste, and I will change this name since this is going to be my main function. I'll use this one as evaluate. Okay, evaluate, copy this one. Let's try to create this function. Let's try to create this function now. Okay, let's create the function in the name. Let's say definition evaluate. Definition evaluate. अच्छा, config file. फिर से ले लो config file. Config file I'm taking. Okay, I'm going to fetch this config file. Next, get data. Fine. Config. We have config. Next, get data. Get data. Config file. Now, what about the batches? Okay, I will create one object in the name called batches. Okay, batches के लिए, okay, image we have already created the batches. All the information is available in YAML file. So what I will do, I'll use config and batches values are available inside image. Okay, batch size. कितने batch size चाहिए? Let's go to params now. Under params, you can see image augmentation. Under image augmentation, you can see somewhere here batches, right? How many number of batch sizes? 32. We need to feed this. Okay, copy this one. Go to evaluate. Key. Okay, add this one. Next. Okay, after that, batch size. Understood? So let's go to params. Under params, we have batch size. Perfect. Copy and paste it. Fine. Batch size. Understood? Now, apart from this, batch size is over. Number of classes. कितने classes हैं? I'll try to create one more variable in the name called class mode. Config. Okay, config. Next, batch sizes. Let's go to params. Okay, I am image augmentations. Paste it. Batch size classes कितने हैं? Number of classes we have called number of classes in class mode, I guess. Params, if you go to params, now have a look on this. कहाँ पे? Number of classes. Class mode is category. Class mode. No, this is for class mode. Okay, so we have class mode. Class mode is categorical type. ठीक है? But class mode is categorical type. मैं थोड़ा confused हो रहा हूँ. Hold on. Evaluate. Batches batch size. Correct? Now, apart from this, class mode is categorical here. So class mode is categorical. Okay, so categorical is we have stored in class mode here. Perfect. Batches 32, class mode is categorical, we have defined. Now, apart from this, test path. I'll try to create one more variable in the name called test path. Test path, config. Okay, config. Next, inside config. So test path is, where is test path? Test path. If you go to params, I think we have test path in models. If you go to models, test path is which one, guys? Can someone help me? Test path is this one, right? So under model, we have test path. Since we are doing evaluation, I think evaluation can be done after model training, but no worries. Okay, so we are one step ahead. So I'll try to use this test path. Fine, I'm not going to run this one. First try to create a model, then we will try to run this evaluation path. Now evaluate. Evaluation. So that means we need to provide testing data once the model is created. Understood? Now, where is the model is available? Can someone tell me? I need to provide the model, no? So I will create one variable in the name called model. Fine. Load model. There is a method called load model and it is fetching from the Keras. Fine. Load model. And my model is saved where? Can someone tell me? My model name, if I go to params.yaml file, I'm saving that model inside where come here it is save directory, and save directory is where inside models. I'll go to models. Okay, so models, sorry, model front slash, then where it is saved under params, we have this one save directory. I think definitely I'm going to get an error here. We need to figure out. Okay, so when we are running this one, so this is under directory, we have model.h5. No, Let me check. Yeah, it is train.h5, not model.h5. Okay, so it is train.h5 evaluate. Next, replace this one with the model.h5. Done. So that means it is going to load the model from the specific directory. Again, we need to configure this one image data generator, like जैसे आप image को pixel में convert करते हो, all those options we need to provide here. Now, first for that one, first I need to fetch the data from the getData.py file. I'll create one variable in the name called config. I'll call getData, which is nothing but my function. Okay, and what is the parameter of this one? Okay, config file. Fine, config file done. ठीक है, config file. Any questions so far, participants? Any questions? Hello. Okay, ठीक है. Now next, it's time to data generation. That means we need to convert this file into the pixel. How we can do that one? I'll create one more variable in the name called testgen. Testgen. ठीक है? Testgen. Now after testgen, I will call that method. What is that? Image data generator. Okay, image data generator, which is available in Keras. Okay, rescaling the image, I'm giving 1./255. So that means it will start from index 0 there. Understood? In the same way, this is for test generation. Now we need to set this one test. Let's say set. I'll create one more variable test set. Understood? Now test set. Now to test generation. So that means I'm going to call this variable where we will be having the method called image generator. Understood? Image generator. Perfect. Test gen. Next, okay, there is a method. If the data is in the folder, you can make use of the method called flow from directory. Okay, flow from directory. Directory. Okay, directory. Now, okay, now let's try to call test gen. Test gen is having my image generator, so I'm passing that variable. Fine. Apart from this, it is having the value 1./255. And apart from that, what is my target? I mean, size of the batches, target size. This is a parameter. Again, one more parameter I'm going to use here, which is nothing but target size. Target size. And what is the target size, guys? I'm directly straight away giving here target size. Let's try to keep the target size be 255, 255. Okay, that is the size of the pixel here. Understood? Now, apart from this batch size already have called in params.yaml file. Batch size is 32, but we have created that variable is available inside where? Inside the value called batch. So variable called batch. Understood? And apart from this, class mode, which class mode I'm using? Class mode, I'm using categorical, and already we have called that categorical inside the variable called class mode. Okay, class mode done. So that means parameter जैसे वो default parameters हैं, so based on that one we have triggered this one even for test. Now let us try to have some labels, labels in the sense graphical presentation. So I will create one variable in the name called label map, and I will call whatever the results I'm going to get from test set. I'll call this test set. Okay, inside this one I'll try to have class index. So that means one by one it will take and it will try to convert that one into the labels. If you want, you can print this also. Let's try to print this one in console, but this is not a good habit as a developer to print in the console, So you can print this one using label map. Directly label map is nothing but the variable here. Right now I'll try to keep this one in comment. If you can try from your end when you are practicing. Okay, now apart from this, definitely we have training and testing. So I'll try to create Y prediction. Okay, final prediction. So how to predict this one? Using the model.predict method we use. Okay, so test set I'm using. Understood? And I want to, whatever the values are getting, I want to convert that one into the graphical presentation. For that one, I'll use NP, nothing but the numpy variables I will use. I will create one variable in the name called y prediction. Okay, and I will use np. Okay, argument, maximum argument, whatever the value of maximum argument I'm going to get, I'll try to fetch that one and I'll try to store that one in y prediction. And this is a continuation process. So let's say you are giving number of test cases, one by one I will test that one. I will pass those test cases to, let's say, test to the model. Whatever the records are there, I will try to store that one in y prediction, and then I will store it that one in somewhere in the memory, so that after few tests I can have the complete graph of matrices, so that I can check the strength of, okay, cross verify the strength of our model. Understood? Next, apart from this, if you want, you can now let's try to, based using this data, what I will do, I will try to uh, design a confusion matrix. Okay, confusion matrix. Let's say confusion matrix. Fine, confusion matrix. And we'll try to plot some x and y axis data. For that one, I'll make use of Seaborn SNS. Let's try to use heat map. Okay, heat map. Now in heat map, I'll try to create some variables here. Let's say actual values. Heat map, let's say confusion matrix. There is a method called confusion matrix. Okay, so I'll use confusion matrix and I will pass whatever the data we have. So all the data is available inside test set dot classes, and final data is available inside y prediction. Okay, now apart from this SNS heat map, now we can plot the graph. PLT, how to plot the graph? We make use of the method called PLT. PLT, let's try to give X labels. X labels I can give. Let's say the X label be actual values. Okay, I'll try to give actual values, and you can give here the class's name. Understood? So you can give the class's name. Let's try to give the class's name later. Similarly, let's have y labels, plt dot y labels. Okay, y label. Let's say predicted values. Just I'm labeling, that's it, guys. Predicted value. Since it is a string, call this one in double quotes. Perfect. Apart from this, I want to save this. Okay, I want to, whatever the graphs I'm getting, I want to save this one. How we can do this one? PLT. There is a method called save figure. Okay, save figures. And where I want to save this one, inside reports, you can see here there is template, cookie cutter template will give one folder called reports. Inside this one, I want to save all the reports here. Understood? Now, how I can save the reports? See, this is a very good option for faculties. Since you guys are faculties are doing research, PhD works, etc. Understood? And they publish the papers. In publishing the papers, sometimes they use this accuracy matrix, graph presentations, etc. You need not to worry. You cannot. Okay, so manually don't design it. Even this MLOps orchestration will give the complete that graph, you know, whatever the graph you required, you can do it. You can just copy and paste from directly from here. Understood? So now next is reports. I'm going to store all those reports here from reports. Next, let's try to give the name for these reports. I'll try to give the name for the reports is, let's say, confusion matrix, and you can save this confusion matrix dot png. I will have jpeg, whatever you want, you save it. So that means directly it will save the value. If you want to show the pl, okay, if you want to show the graph, you can make use of the method called plt dot show. Okay, dot show, done. But right now I'll keep this one in comment because I don't want to show anything on the command line, you know. So I'll try to keep this one as it is. You can try from your end, okay, when you are practicing. Okay. Now, apart from this, we need to, I want to give classification reports also. Okay, so print, let's try to have classification report. In classification report, let me try to create target name. Maybe this is little high level, advanced level participants, students. Please bear with me. I'm not going to execute this until I create the model. Understood? Once you create the model, automatically all those confusion matrix, whatever the status of your models are there, no, that everything will be displayed from here. Okay, so target name, you can give target names here. Okay, so let's say the target name be class 0. Right now I'll have class 0. Similarly, class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4. Okay, or else you can say class 3 also. I think we need to fine tune that. Understood? Now, class for classification report, I'll create one variable in the name called df. PD, let's try to get the data in the data frames. For that one, I'll make use of the method called data frames. Okay, PD gives data frames option. Now next, classification report. I'll try to have a classification report here. So I'm going to, inside this classification report, I want the complete details classified report of whatever the model, whatever the data we have. Okay, Y prediction data. What are the data, I mean, values of Y prediction? Target names. What are the target names? We have target name class 0, class 1, class 2, etc. Output dictionary. Okay, so this whatever the classification data are there, I'm going to save this one using CSV file. How we can do that one? Using CSV file, tf.2csv, tf.2csv, and I'm going to save this one inside reports. Okay, inside reports classification report.csv. So आपको वो CSV file भी मिल जाएगा. So that means whatever numerical data, final results की जो numerical data हैं और the values हैं, that will be stored inside the CSV file. ठीक है? Any questions here, participants? Any questions? Sorry, हाँ ये next level होगा, next step होगा evaluation matrix. First we need to create a model, then you can run this one. ठीक है? Okay, and right now we will stick with only this heat map and classification reports. Okay, later on you can do the other the predictions also. Accuracy कैसे आ रहा है, उसको graphical presentation में कैसे कर सकते हैं. Many things you can do in this evaluation report. Okay, so let me save this and okay, let me try to push this one. We will try to run this one later after the lunch. Okay, git add, git commit -m, and day 1, I think this is my 7th commit, I guess 7th or 8th commit. Okay, git push -u origin main. ठीक है, origin, I think yes. Now I hope, yeah, now if you cross check this, I think it should be available. कहाँ गया, come on. 1 second, participants. Yes, if I refresh this, that file should be available. कहाँ गया, come on, src, yes, evaluation.py. Can you see this one? So the code is available. Understood? You can copy and paste, but don't run because this required model.py file. ठीक है? So any questions so far, participants? Hello. Any questions, participants?
No, sir.
अच्छा, thank you, Rohit. Any other participants? Sorry, मैंने break नहीं दिया since it is an online. In online we don't give break. आपको break चाहिए तो you straight away go come fast like this. Understood? And please in next afternoon session, please keep on asking questions. Okay. We'll have lunch break now. Now it's almost 12:50. We'll have we'll have 1 hour of lunch break. Now it is 12:50. I'm going to start sharp at 1:50, I guess. Is it okay? Hello? Shall we have 1:45? Bolo bhai, please. Okay, fine, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, आप ही reply कर रहे हैं, बच्चे reply नहीं करते. This is a problem. You should come forward, students. Okay, 1:50 p.m. ठीक है. Okay, done. Yes, let's meet at 1:50 p.m. Have good lunch, come back. My timer set करके जा रहा हूँ. Okay, so जब timer खत्म हो जाएगा, immediately session start हो जाएगा. Thank you very much.